So we're off out on the trail this morning, and we've really just gotten out onto the Blackwater Valley path. And I do think this morning we need to draw attention to the incredible litter. This is, kids have just thrown this out last night, and because of McDonald's, which is just on the other side of the Blackwater Valley path here. Well, that's maybe 100 yards from here. McDonald's actually puts a bin here, but you can see there's so much stuff. Great to put the bin here, but they don't empty it. And I noticed this morning there's an exceptionally large amount of litter. And no one seems to care. So you could see back there the hardcore that had been dumped on the side. They call that fly tipping here, which just means that some of these builders on the fly just take their load of rubble or crap and just dump it, with no thought about how it gets picked up or how it gets dealt with. And now this is the Blackwater Valley path, so and obviously it's right next to the Blackwater Valley Road, which you can hear, but still the tragic waste of resources because people just can't be bothered is quite shocking. So we walk about a mile along the Blackwater Valley Road on the Blackwater Valley path, and then we cut up onto the Hatches Bridleway, and that's where we are right now. And the Hatches Bridleway cuts right between two of the very large friendly lakes, which are now private fishing reserves. And I think it's only due to those guys that they keep this path fairly clean. And as you can see, it's used by dog walkers and bike riders in the morning. It's the quick way to get from Frimley Green to the Farmer Station. Now, right up here at the top of the path, they maintain a bin. So they maintain a dog walker's bin and one for litter. But as you can see, some people don't really care anyway. They dump their stuff on the ground, even right in front of the bins. So that's the thing that makes it difficult. The end of the Hatches Bridleway, where we cut across the train tracks, and Southwest Trains wants to change this so that it's a little bit less dangerous than right now. But bizarrely, one of the councilors wanted to keep it as a bridleway, in spite of the fact that we've lived here 7 years and certainly not ever seen a horse anywhere close. We've come all the way up the Hatches and then come all the way along Kingsmead and Frimley Green, and we're coming up to what is basically one of the most outrageous places where people walk their dogs and just let their dogs drop their turds wherever they're going. We saw a couple examples of this last week. Now, at the end of Kingsmead and Garrick Way, so the cut through goes along from the top of Garrick Way onto Henley Drive in Frimley Green, and we can usually count on a mess or two along here. But it seems to be a primary cut through between the Frimley Green Primary School, which is right up here on Frimley Green Road, as you can see right up there, and the Cross Farm Infants School, which is sort of right behind us through that cut through. And I saw quite a few complaints on Twitter in the last few days about this, but people walk their dogs and just don't pick up after it. Right along here, they've managed to cut some of the grass back, and you can see as they start doing that, it uncovers an incredible amount of litter that people just chuck on the ground. In the corner of Henley Drive and Frimley Green Road, the council maintains a dustbin here, which they quite fortunately empty regularly. And if it weren't for the council, and you can see it's filled with a lot of dog poo bags, but I mean, that being said, not 10 feet away, you can see more crisp wrappers and trash that people dump. And then right along here is a favorite stopping point for mothers picking up kitties, and this is always littered with, as you can see, energy drinks, crisp wrappers, so on either end of the school, Surrey Heath maintains bins, and that one's getting pretty full as well. But again, as you can see, not far away, someone's dumped more stuff on the side. We're turning down onto the Frimley High Street, or Church Road that leads right to it, and as you can see, there's a dustbin right across the street, and all kinds of litter just on the ground. Now, on the Frimley Road, we've easily passed 5 or 6 litter bins, and can people be bothered to put their litter in the bins? Well, let's take a look on the Frimley High Street. Now, as we drop down to the Frimley High Street, you can see the bus stop across the street, and you can see all the rubbish on the ground around it. And fortunately, we have council contractors who come here, and there's a public restroom, and you can see the load of crap on the ground there, which is quite extraordinary. And so as we come down the last leg of our journey to Station Road, there's a bypass right over the top of Station Road, and you'll be able to see the shocking amount of litter that accumulates here. And for the most part, we think that it's cars just chucking things out the window. You can see it all on the ground. Now the part on the side of the road is actually fenced off, but you can see a lot of litter in there. And so the litter sort of abates a little bit when you're down under the tunnel, and then picks up again, certainly on the other side. So we just had this completely cleaned by the council not 2 weeks ago, and there's, by my count, easily 40 or 50 pieces of litter. So it's certainly not having to do with available facilities to drop the litter in. We've got dustbins everywhere. Our council's done a fantastic job on that, but the real problem is that people just can't be bothered. So today's video, we're focusing only on litter, not on all the other things we get up to during the day. Principally because litter is such a big issue. It's an issue that we've got to crack and got to deal with. I know some counselors are saying that it's really no big deal. I've filmed a lot of litter today and a fly tip. I looked for some dog following, but didn't find any, particularly on the area by Garrick Way, where there's usually always a turd or two. So no turds to report today, but the litter thing, this is massive. Guys, we got to fix this.